It's night and day. Night and day back again.
Yes, we are back. Back in the world of Jump Force.
Back with our friend, the Taxidermy Taxi.
Taxidermy Taxi Toad. So we are going to try and not do free missions. We're going to try and do
key missions.
The rest of these key missions, yeah.
This could be the final episode. Or
yeah, maybe we'll get something else after this.
Yeah, because they did hint that the auction pseudonym guy could be playing at things. Although that could have just been Light as using
another name or another identity or whatever.
Could have been his pseudonym.
Yeah, true. Night and day. Renji contacted us. He's not certain that the Venoms are behind it, but the people in Hong Kong are rebelling.
I guess defeating Prometheus wasn't enough to restore peace and order to the world. I almost forgot whose voice I was supposed to be.
I guess not. But if there's anything we can do to help, we'll be there.
Thank you. But the fact is, unless the Venoms make a move, it's hard for Jump Force to act.
Have the Venoms ever done anything to make people revolt like this before?
No, never. Maybe it's because they lost their leader, Kane. Or maybe there's a new leader emerging among the Venoms.
A new leader? Like who? I believe I may know the answer to that. Just...
It's Kenshi.
Oh, Kenshi. Oh.
I believe I may know the answer to that.
As well. Yeah.
I know as well, since you apparently also know Ichigo.
Yes. Really, Kenji?
Yes. His name is Makoto Shishio. He's a total badass. He beat you. You were in the same fight where they introduced him. He once commanded fierce loyalty from those who live for nothing but chaos and turbulence. Those rare souls known as airplane pilots.
That's not enough intel to be certain, but we can't just sit back and do nothing.
Absolutely. Would you entrust me with this matter? Night and day, would you accompany me? Sure, I'll both entrust you with it and handle it. You have my thanks. Very well then, let's go.
Yeah, I know, now that we're the director, I mean, we're supposed to be overseeing everything. And everyone's just like, you want to come with?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I don't want to do this by myself. I mean, why would we be the director at this point?
I mean, I like Kenshin a lot right now. I mean, I like Kenshin a lot, but he just now got the annoying person at work dialogue.
Oh, yeah.
I'll handle that one. Sure, no problem. I'm all over it. Hey, buddy, can you help me out on this?
You want some, want to help me out with this one?
Yeah, can you come meet me in my office? I don't know anything I'm doing. I'll talk. The uprising has left this place in ruins.
I mean, it's not really much different from what it was before.
I know. After Prometheus was defeated, the people were so happy. They thought the world had been saved. But now look at it.
Ah, finally you've come. I've been waiting for you.
Shishio, so you were behind this after all.
Come, let's begin the festivities.
Oh.
You haven't changed one bit.
Well, in all honesty, Kenshi Nimura, I've had something glorious. I have experienced something completely new in this new and strange world. It has given me power beyond all comprehension. I'm now much stronger than the legendary Batosai the Manslayer. I have experienced the power of soda.
Have you seen this force before? So bubbly and quaint in my stomach.
Bubbly and quaint in my stomach? I've long since grown tired of that provocation.
Very well then. Long have our fates been entwined, but today we settle this at last. Today I shall be the one to emerge victorious, for I have the power of caffeine. I'm ready. Have at you. I mean, I'm ready. Have at you! Because that was still me talking, not you. Ah, caffeine is glorious.
I would love if it was just a Coke commercial with a Coke can. He just like cuts the top off of it.
That would be awesome. Any anime swordsman with that slice the top off.
Yeah, and just chug that can.
And then in the modern world, they'd have to be like, do not attempt this at home.
Oh, yeah. Because, it's always a possibility. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, it's a possibility that if somebody did it, they would try to sue the actual
Coke
company, as opposed to taking responsibility, because common sense is no longer able to be legally understood. No one has to take responsibility for their own actions.
Not anymore. It's 2019.
Alright, so we should give a summary, I guess, of what we thought of the game, because we've been gradually going over the pros and cons over the last couple episodes.
As we go, yeah.
We usually do that at the end, but in this game, the end credits weren't nearly as long. Oh, so awesome looking!
Wow.
The end credits weren't as long as usual. So, yeah, final summary and thoughts of the game. Gameplay was awesome. General concept is awesome, just like all of the jump characters together in one fighting game. The big crossover. It's a lot of fun, even though it's not always the story accompanying a cross. Wow, that was a lot of damage.
Yeah.
The story accompanying a crossover doesn't usually equate with quality work or quality writing.
Right,
right. It's still a lot of fun just to have all these characters together in one game.
Yeah, for sure. It's nice to see everyone interacting with each other, everyone like you being able to fight with everyone and everything like that. And yeah, that was a hell of a fight right there.
That was a badass fight.
Yeah, that was good. Kenshin is so much fun to fight with. But yeah, I mean, like you said, overall I enjoyed the game. Like, you definitely have fun when you play this, for sure. Especially if you're a fan of anything in the jump world, really. Getting to see all your major, your characters interacting with each other and fighting their enemies in new places and new universes. Shishio.
As always, you fight well, Batosai. And as always, I won't let your wicked ambitions be realized. We'll see about that.
I have soda.
Even if you do beat me, this city will never again be the same. I have purchased its entire stock of soda! And not just this city, the entire world has been purged of all soda. I have taken all of it back with me to our time and our world. The citizens will all be plunged into madness without their daily dose of caffeine. As you've seen, defeating Prometheus did nothing to reclaim the soda from my stock. The true depth of this toll has only just begun to dawn on everyone. This works so well.
This just works so
I just thought I'd help them realize the truth sooner.
every time. It just gets better and better.
That from now on, the winners will be those who are strong and caffeinated, not those who are right. After all, it's a world where the law of the jungle prevails. Drink soda or don't. Consume or be consumed. Look at my hair.
So tufty.
This little rebellion was nothing more than a lark. The real fun is still yet to come. Villain! Don't get so angry. I'll cede the battle to you this time. I've got more delicious soda to consume anyway. Here, you can keep this empty can as a reminder of your defeat this day. I look forward to our next meeting.
I just want him.
Oh my god, that's
that stutter. Like, yeah. It's like, Go. Yeah.
He just RoboCopped his way out of the scene.
Yeah.
Like, okay. Wait, Shishio! You're walking away at about 1 mile per hour. I cannot stop you at this breakneck speed. Bring back these people's beverages immediately.
What will they drink with their Happy Meals? No longer happy. You
No
brought
meal can
sadness
be
meals.
happy. No meal can be happy without soda.
They have morbid depression meals.
That's what water gets you.
Since then, it seems the rebellion has cooled down, and Shishio appears to be keeping quiet.
Yeah, he didn't teleport. He just walked away.
He just walked away. Yeah.
Is there no way to find him?
Not unless he makes another move, I'm afraid.
I see.
Don't be so discouraged. There's nothing we can do about it. More importantly, we should be glad we got this cube.
You certainly don't let much bother you, do you, Ishigo?
I prefer the term Optimist Prime.
So Shishio was using the cube's power to stir people up into revolting, and it wasn't working fast enough, so he stole all their soda instead.
Beats me.
I wasn't actually in this episode.
Yeah. What if he was? Would he have just handed it to us like that? All this soda?
I've just been at the base the whole time. Why are you asking me?
Yeah.
Whatever you're planning, Shishio, I won't let you rob every one of their soda. Although it's kind of too late. What?
You were a million miles away just now. What's on your mind? Maybe we can help.
Yes, you're right. I don't need to face him alone. Not that you would accept help in, like, a duel.
Yeah, it's 1-on-1. And just like, okay, 50 on 1 now.
Alright, jump into the
Sweet.
next one.
Yeah. Oh. Before we do that, I think,
Are we missing something? Oh, right.
Yeah.
We are missing something. We'll meet
Yeah.
you guys back in 2 seconds.
yeah, we'll see you guys back there.
And we're ready for the next
Yeah,
mission.
And we are back with, back in action. There we go. A good little cell. I feel like we're going to a concert or something like that.
Yeah, another pro of the game is how well they did some of the designs for the characters. Some of the pushing them into 3D with these models instead of using their, like, a cell-shaded version of art from their own game didn't really work too well. But some characters look great. Like
Yeah.
Cell looks fantastic. Like
Yeah.
the way that his armor is, and you can see, like, when they do close-ups, you can see the 3D, the textures.
Yeah, you can see like divots in different places and all that kind of like texturing on his wings and stuff like that.
Yeah, it
all
looks
looks
great.
Yeah, it all looked fantastic on Cell. One day, I'm going to be the world's greatest swordsman.
A swordsman, huh? You know, I have a friend who uses swords too.
Is he strong? I'd love to cross blades with him, if so.
Zoro, what drives you to be the world's greatest swordsman?
Well, at first, it was a promise I made.
A promise.
Yes, to the whales in the sky.
We'll talk later. Let's go. No one cares about your promise.
Yeah, F your promise. Right, night and day. You have to come too.
All right. No one's comments on our new
Yeah,
hat.
exactly.
Glorious new hat.
Especially Piccolo that has fought and Cell and watched people die by his hand.
Yeah. That's fine.
That would be hilarious if he did. It's like, what's going on here? Just drop a little something.
Yeah, I was thinking potentially they didn't have Cell show so much in the storyline, potentially because they didn't want to draw attention to how much his design looked like the supposedly original villains for this game.
Yeah, the original design of Kane and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, because when Akira Toriyama tries to make... I think he did the designs for the few original characters of the game. I'm not sure. He's the Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Quest designer guy. But his original designs, he doesn't really have too many that look very distinct. So,
Right.
like, the villains in this game, the winged guys, definitely Kane and Prometheus look a lot
They
like
look
Cell.
a lot. Yeah, they look a lot alike there.
And when he did the original Android 21 for Dragon Ball Fighter Z, she looked a lot like freaking female Majin Buu.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, he's been criticized for extreme lack of originality before, like where a lot of the Dragon Quest characters look exactly like DBZ characters and vice versa. He doesn't have that much. Some people are huge fans of him. He has created a lot of crazy, memorable characters. It's just the variation that he gets criticized on.
Right.
So maybe in this case that was related to that, where they didn't want to draw it out. Because, Cell's weird wing and armor design looks a lot like those guys.
Yeah, exactly. It looks very, very similar, unfortunately.
Take off the hat. And
and you have Kane.
Yeah, his head and his ears looks like Prometheus. And
Yeah.
I mean, at least Galena had like the actual insectoid-looking wings.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And she looked quite a bit different than most other people that I've seen anyway in the DBZ universe.
She had that crazy hair, similar kind of to Android 21.
Similar, yeah, for sure.
I think you were Cell.
I think so. Toguro, what's the meaning of this?
Were you him?
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm disgusting. The weaklings all die in the face of my ugliness. I mean, my powerful energy, demon energy. I'm a demon.
My gross freaking...
That's what I tell myself so that I don't cry myself to sleep at night every night.
So only the stronger ones remain. That's quite harsh.
Well, look who it is, Toguro. So... This is new. I've never seen you out with blah, 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 blah. I've never seen you out with someone besides your older brother.
What? He has an older brother?
I guess that's why he's called Younger Toguro.
Ah, makes sense.
This one is strong enough to merit it, and he doesn't flee at the sight of me. So, what are you two after?
I suppose all I want to do is fight.
Because they forgot to give me rationale and to fully animate my hand.
Yeah.
What is with his hand?
Yeah, it's just like plopping through his other hands.
It's like they pulled it forward and didn't do anything to like adjust the texture. It's just like the texture is stretched.
Yeah, it's just like...
Yeah.
I'm afraid I became too strong, you see. So all I find myself fighting now is boredom.
That's it. The reason for all of this? You haven't seen your own anime, have you?
Yeah.
You haven't been strong for a very, very long time, Cell.
Perfect. This is a great chance to sharpen my skills.
See, even a human wants a shot at you, Cell. That's how freaking bottom tier you are now. So yeah, this game was a lot of fun. Gameplay's a lot of fun. Story, probably pretty weak.
Yeah, for sure.
It didn't have to be as weak as it was. They had elements that were good in there.
That were strong, yeah.
The cubes could be used in a whole bunch of different ways. The clones or possession. Not necessarily. They didn't have to do both, but either of those are fine. And they have a lot of opportunity to create different fights and a critical struggle with that. The main villains from the respective series didn't get a lot of time, and would have preferred that they have a little bit more time, but to be fair, on the other side, you don't want the game to drag on forever and ever, so
right.
It's better that they have an abbreviated time than the game is suddenly like a 60 to 80 hour RPG as opposed to a 20 to 30 hour fighting game.
Yeah, true.
So if they have to err on one side or the other, I think they did the right choice. Like we talked about before, I would have rather they each got like maybe one additional fight to clarify, or at least maybe Cell, Shishio, and Aizen, the people who didn't get that much time, get one additional fight each to clarify their goals.
Right. Just to kind of show you why they're doing this, and then if they do like decide to take a turn or something like that, or go against Kane and Keyman, then you can see why they would do that, because their goals wouldn't be fulfilled if Keyman or Kane won. Like, at least you can put some reasoning behind it.
Right, or just give them a little bit more screen time to have any sort of rationale.
Right, yeah, that would be nice for sure, because as of right now, they were basically the underlings of Kane or key men, or they were just kind of wreaking havoc for no apparent reason.
Which works for some of them, depending on the character.
Right.
Like Shishio, maybe it works for him. And Cell just cut the world's quickest deal of, okay, you can have your own world, and then, okay, fine, I'm your bitch.
Right, yeah.
I'll fight who you told me to fight or whatnot. But yeah, there's a little bit more for each of the villains. But again, like they did a good job of keeping the game brief for the amount of characters that are in it.
Yeah.
Because they have to show every single character, and there's a ton. There's like 40 to 50 characters in this game. So, and I do like... Some people have complained about the spread of the characters. Like,
really?
Because there's a lot of characters from DBZ, One Piece, Naruto, and Bleach compared to some of the other series that just get one guy.
Right.
So some people wanted a more even spread, and I see where you're coming from. But what can you do? I mean, some of these characters have drawn in a lot more money than other characters have, so they kind of have to cater to try and make the game as profitable as possible.
Yeah, for sure. Like, you can't have every single character from every single anime in here just to appease, everybody, because they have to keep in mind that, like, a lot of cost goes up every time you add a character. And, like, you have to integrate them into the story every time you put somebody in there. So...
There's just to be fair, there's more fans of those 4 anime than the other anime. If the game had been made longer ago, or if the anime had been more recent, we might see more people from Kenjin or from Yu Yu Hakusho or what have you. Then the DLC is going to have other characters. Some people are happy about them, some people are not. Like, I think Yu-Gi-Oh's getting a second and possibly third character. Like, there's a guy named Kaiba or something like that.
Yeah, Kai was a huge part of the Yu-Gi-Oh series, which I thought he was originally going to be in this series. Yeah, so overall, I think this game is definitely worth the play. It's a lot of fun to get into. So, especially if you're like a fan of any of these series, it's really great to go in and get to beat people up with your favorite characters. So, yeah, I definitely think it's worth checking out. And the storyline, take it with a grain of salt, but it's worth the play for sure. What do you think of it? I did like the music. I thought the music was cool in and out of the fights and stuff like that.
I think the music's okay. I think we probably had it set a little bit too low because the sound effects dwarfed it in any of the battles. Couldn't really hear it. Just the running around music is fine. It's not great. It's not horrible. It's just kind of there. So in terms of music, and it wasn't as good as, say, Dissidia or something like that. But in terms of crossover, yeah, similar to Dissidia Final Fantasy NT. The fun is seeing all the worlds and the characters from all the separate worlds interacting together. I think that game potentially had the interactions better, where the characters were more true to what they would say, and you would see a lot. But there's a lot fewer characters, so it's
yeah, right.
The storyline's shorter too, so you don't get to see them interacting that much, but they're more on point with like what the characters say being true to themselves, as opposed to some of the stuff in this game is kind of on point, and then some of the other interactions are just like extremely generic conversations. Well, I want to get stronger.
Oh yeah,
like
right.
You can only see that so many times. I mean, I know it's a common shonen trope and all that, but still, like. In any case, yeah, the game was great. The gameplay was fun. I like the combat system. Maybe the fighting game community will tear up a new one. Maybe they won't. I don't know. I think it's a lot of fun. One complaint about that would be that I would like the life bar to be longer, like to take less damage from most things. Maybe it's balanced better for standard, multiplayer.
Right.
But it just seems like the life bar goes down way too fast, so you can't see as much of an impact from like the super attack and the awakening and stuff that you would potentially want to see. The combat is great, it's fun, and the big plus for any crossover game is to see the characters interacting and all of that sort of thing, and I think they did that very well, and it was a lot of fun. If you're into that sort of thing, you might want to check out our Dissidia playthrough. That one is a similar concept. Well, if you like Final Fantasy, obviously. It's a similar concept. I think they did the character interactions a little bit better. But it's, again, easier when there's 20 characters instead of 40 or 50. Yeah, so overall, great fun game. Storyline pretty weak. It started out okay and ended up kind of taking a downward spiral when they couldn't figure out a logical motivation for the villains. Kind of a more realistic way to work them into each other, into why they would be doing what they wanted to do, why they would potentially want to destroy the world or not, and why they would want to come into conflict with each other or use each other or not. It just didn't work seamlessly. Some of the pieces were there, but the way they tried to tie it together was just full of plot holes and loopholes. So obviously, then the main goal for a fighting game is the fighting game. It's the combat. So they did that much better. They executed that much better than the story. So if you don't care that much about the story, hey, who cares?
Yeah, exactly.
If you do care that much about the story, then yeah, that part of the game's not going to impress you.
I guess,
But a lot of people wanted them to even out the character lists more. They're going to have, but they're supposed to have like one more person, I think, each from DBZ and Naruto and One Piece and Bleach, maybe two from Bleach. So, the fans of the anime that have fewer characters already are like, why are we getting so many from the games that already have a huge amount of representation?
Right. Yeah, makes sense.
But yeah, I mean, you can understand the frustration from if your favorite anime is not being represented, but you can understand on the part of the developer why they have to kind of cater towards the most popular anime of all time.
Right, yeah, exactly.
The DLC just wouldn't sell as well if it were all Yu Yu Hakusho characters or like... they're gonna have All Might from My Hero Academia, the guy Deku was talking up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like, I wish All Might were here. My teacher.
That would be nice if they... I don't know if they're going to be adding anything story-wise to that, or if it's just going to be you're able to fight with them.
I doubt it. It seems like this story is... Most games' stories are just done.
Kind of shelled out.
Yeah, it's not like... It seems like Final Fantasy Dissidia NT is just unique in that respect, where the story keeps getting updated with every character that gets added.
Right.
Most of them are like DBZ, where the story is done. So, but anyway, so the representation isn't equal 100%, but oh my goodness, the dodge. Yes!
There we go.
Look at that slow-mo retractable arm.
Extendo arm at its finest there.
So yeah, they have to cater towards
for sure.
the audience who's going to spend the most money, and that's going to be just having one extra character from each of the big name anime makes sense. And they still are adding representation to the other games, so at least they haven't completely cut that off.
Forgotten about everybody.
Yeah, it's not all DBZ that's being added.
True, yeah. And then I'm sure over time this should be something that they can shell out a little bit more and add representation as they get feedback and stuff like that. But, I mean, you're definitely going to want to bring the most amount of eyes to your game right out of the bat. And I think they're doing that with the character selection that they have now. And then their first DLC, I guess you'll start seeing like the more specialized people coming into play as DLCs come through and stuff like that. And seeing if the popularity of this game holds or if it starts to taper.
Toguro, what the hell are you really after? It's simple.
Plastic surgery.
Connecting the real world to jump worlds means I'll have no end of worthy opponents to fight. Just lock you in a room with Goku.
Yeah, you two will be best pals.
Well, Goku will get bored really fast, and maybe this guy will learn that's a stupid, fruitless endeavor really fast. Goku would learn that too if it were possible, but he's the strongest thing in his entire universe.
Yeah, exactly.
Which means it sucks for him. The whole lesson that they wanted to teach him in original Dragon Ball, they completely usurped in Dragon Ball Super.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Power is everything. It's all I care about.
Sounds like Goku.
Yep. And it's only in battle that I truly come alive. I choose to live that way. That's why I look like this. I gave up mirrors long ago. So, why must you continue this meaningless battle?
You're right. This is no meaning. There is no meaning in it.
Oh, crap, you didn't fight as night and day that entire time?
No. I was just here.
That's horrible.
That sucks. No, night and day wasn't an option.
Oh, he wasn't?
No.
Oh, okay. Thank
Yeah.
goodness.
Yeah. If night and day was an option, I've been night and day like from the very beginning.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought we just forgot.
Oh no. Yeah. It was just Zoro and the pack.
Okay.
And yet, it's what I was created for, to fight and become as strong as possible. There is no meaning in battle. Does a battle with meaning make it more fun? Battle is battle. You fight and fight until you win. That's all there is to it. Ha 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 ha. You just...
Still, that's enough for now. You're too weak to be of any interest to us.
Speak for yourself. I agree. Damn. Well, wait, you.
Alright, this really doesn't work for them because they're from two different worlds.
Yeah, I know. Where are they gonna go? Like chill at each other's cribs or whatever? I don't.
And if they want to fight, why would you leave 4 people who are ready to fight you?
They can just fight each other if they're really that concerned about it. These guys are strong.
Yeah, real strong.
So this is what you get when strength is all you seek.
Strength. I thought that was self for a second. No, that's wrong.
Zoro, you seek strength as well? Or possibly just a new cell costume? The reason you want to become the greatest swordsman, you said you made a promise at first. So, what is your reason now?
Because I have to be. Because I have to be.
Have to be.
Yeah. My captain's going to be the king of the pirates.
Have to be. The bathroom's right over there.
And since I'm on his crew, I've got to be strong enough to live up to that.
So it's for your friend, huh?
No, it's for me. Because it's what I decided.
You don't answer a question why with because.
No. That's all there is to it. Got a problem with that?
Yes. They asked why and you didn't answer. Nah, I get it. I like fighting strong opponents too. That's not what you
That's not
said.
what he said.
You just said because. And that's kind of retarded. You're kind of retarded. Thanks for clearing that up. But if the world gets destroyed, there won't be any fighting for any of us. Oh my god, Kakashi was right. I need to get to a classroom ASAP.
That's true. It's also completely obvious.
I do have to go to a classroom ASAP.
I think I have to leave. You guys are about as smart as Goku, and I've kind of had it up to here with that crap. Battle may be a natural part of life for all living things.
Okay.
Jesus.
Wow. Okay, they just had a
Wow.
very, very shonen conversation.
Yeah, extremely short
I-
conversation.
I can't handle it. Sometimes the characters have really good reasons for motivations for what they're doing and things like
Right,
that. And it's just,
right.
no, just because. It's what I decided. Why did you decide it, dumbass? Just, you want to be the strongest? Because.
Just because.
Because it's what I decided.
Tim jauntily walking
Why did you
around.
decide it? Because it's what I decided.
Interesting point. I see where you're coming from.
This could
Yeah.
be, should be the last mission.
I believe so, yeah.
It's the last showdown.
Showdown.
We'll see
Tyson.
if they pop up with any new stoof after this one.
Yeah, if this is like just a continuation thing of the old missions, like how we had finished all the red ones and then you keep going. Maybe this will be the same. Finish all the blue ones and continue onwards.
Yeah, it could be like that, or it could be one of those things where we get to see the furthering of Light's story after this, or
Right.
the mysterious guy who purchased the thing at the auction.
Right, yeah.
It may have still been Light if that was his pseudonym.
Yeah, if he was just under a different identity or something like that. Oh. Hey, Night and Day, what's on your mind?
We just told you. Pay attention. Ask any of our viewers who is actually paying attention.
Aizen, huh?
What? No, that's who's on your mind.
Yeah. You're just living vicariously through us now. He saved us before the final battle with Prometheus, and then he just disappeared.
Yeah, exactly. Stop redirecting your own thoughts or projecting.
He must be up to something, but hell if I know what. I don't like it. Not one bit.
When?
He's so mean. Why?
Well, he did kind
He
of.
did save us, I think. I
Yeah,
mean,
but he's
that's-
also screwed over Ichigo.
Yeah.
A lot. Oh,
Uh-huh.
he meets Light of all
Ooh.
people. Who was Aizen? Were you Aizen?
I honestly can't remember. I'll be Aizen since you're Light.
Okay.
I'm impressed you managed to find me, Light Yagami. I take it you want to join me.
Exactly.
I know just what you're thinking. Get out of my head. Asking to join me is merely a pretense. What you're really after is an Umbrus cube. You should try harder to hide your ambition, but I guess that may be hard for you. Take it. Okay?
I heard about the power of your Zanbakuto from Kurosaki.
Don't worry, it's real. I have no need of it. Now, I believe this concludes our business.
Okay. I don't expect we'll meet again.
Now then. I know you're here, Reaper.
So you can see me too, huh?
Indeed.
I gotta say, handing over a cube and demanding nothing in return, that's pretty generous of you.
I told you, I have no need of it. In fact, it brings me nothing but trouble.
I can see that, but Light does need it.
Oh, he has a death note on him.
Oh, yeah. Has he had that the whole time?
I don't know. I can't. I don't recall. But that's a bit insane.
It's just hanging off the
Yeah,
side
yeah.
there. Yeah, like the whole game, they were looking for one. So it's
Right.
a little weird if we never noticed he had
He
it.
had a death note. Yeah.
I mean, we don't see him from this back angle before.
Yeah, yeah.
His
that's
back
true.
looks messed up, and he's got a skull sticking out of the back of his spine.
Yeah, that looks really gross.
Besides, I enjoy seeing him get into trouble. What are you going to do now?
And part of his spine is sticking out.
Yeah, it's like protruding. It's kind of gross. I think I'll go back to Soul Society.
I see. Well, you're welcome to come back and play anytime. There's always a spot for you here on this playground.
I'll think about it.
Aizen does not have,
No, he's not impressed.
and he does not have a restraining order preventing him to go near kindergartens and playgrounds.
I would hope so. I mean,
He does not associate with Jared from Subway. Thanks for the pity laugh, Ryuk.
Yeah.
My joke wasn't that bad.
was that it?
That'd be funny if that was it.
Yeah.
Mission complete.
Yeah, exactly.
Ichigo's
Dang.
like, I wonder what Aizen's up to. Aizen's just,
Well, too bad now. He's gone forever. Back to Soul Society.
finally, we got to see them interact.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, that was it.
That was it, huh?
So I wonder if every single character from Bleach should be able to see the Shinigami Grim Reapers from Death Note.
Huh.
Because we talked about that before a couple of
Yeah.
times.
Yeah.
Oh,
no more
no.
key missions.
So that was the final key mission. There's no more key missions available at the counter like we just showed you. Looks like that's going to wrap up the story mode for now. The rest just seems to hint that there is going to be a potential sequel with Light
Yeah.
trying to pull off his ambitious plans, potentially to the detriment of the force that jumps.
Indeed, and I guess all of these worlds will forever be entwined now. Like, there is no separate Dragon Ball Z universe, separate Naruto universe. They all just will exist and live in this world together.
No, they said...
I guess they can go back and forth.
Yeah, Blackbeard said,
Yeah.
all right, forget it. I'm going to my own world. This one's too confining. So they're all...
Yeah. So
the other
I guess
worlds still exist. We never got the full fruition of Keyman's plan.
Or how they actually get back and forth in these different universes. It's
Or how, if this universe was partially mixed, if it is ever going to potentially be repaired. They never really did that step where somebody else who knew how to use these damn orbs fixed it. You never know with Light. Like, he could be trying to pull off a plan that's just that, try and fix everything, or... I mean, he wants to fix the world and improve it for the better, and that's like his impression of what's the better. But that part of his plan being pulled off successfully could fix the world, you know, correctly before he goes on a potential power trip. They could make the Jump Force kind of be like, oh, maybe we should not be on your team.
Yeah. It's like people on the Jump Force are just dying left and right because he's just putting their names in the book. But
if he gets one,
yeah, if he somehow gets one, because apparently, I mean, we saw in that cutscene that there was a death note on Ryuk for whatever reason.
Now I'm really curious if that had been there the entire time.
Yeah, me as well. Okay.
So that's going to do it for this game. There are no more missions left in terms of story. We can potentially revisit some of the free missions or other missions.
The extra missions or whatever.
Yeah, if enough of you guys want to see that, let us know. If there's enough interest in it, we'll revisit it. If not, we will revisit the story if they actually update it at some point in the future. Otherwise, we'll just consider it as they plan on just teasing the sequel. Yeah. So in terms of that's going to do it for this game, and we can just give our final thoughts on the game, and then we will see you guys in the next game.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
What did you think, Captain?
I thought overall it was a fun game. I liked the graphics of it. Like, the actual game looks good, especially for it being like a like anime style game where they're like pulling in all these different animes. Like, they got a surprising amount of detail, which I liked, especially like the fighting arenas and everything like that. They looked really good, and like the kind of destructive element, like you were talking about earlier, where if you're in like an ice stage and you break the ground under you, it's ice, or there's rock and different kind of thing like that. So at least they put in that attention to detail, and they actually made it look pretty good for the most part anyway. Like, Ryuk had a lot of detail on his back, and even in that final cutscene that we got to see of just how like it looks really gross, and you can kind of see all that detail and stuff like that.
I just jumped the rail. I didn't even know you could do that in this boat. Watch this.
Oh my god. Like popping ollies.
Didn't happen that time. Last time it let me like actually jump off.
You used the bench to launch yourself.
All right, so continue.
Yeah.
There it is.
Oh, there we
Look
go.
at that. Yeah,
Oh, there we go.
Sweet.
Yeah, so I was saying, like, even that guy that, you know, like Four-Armed McGee, or like just that really gross looking guy. I forget his name.
Captain Clavicle, Toguro.
Yes, Toguro. Yeah. Just how gross they got him to look in this game is fantastic. And like the attention to detail, and taking that from an actual anime, I think they did a pretty good job with some of the characters like that. Granted, some of them looked kind of weird, but I mean, I guess they're trying to have them all combined into this one different, or this one art style. It's not one specific art style from any other anime. So I guess when you're blending everything together like that, chances are someone's going to look weird. And there was a couple instances where we had a little weird looking people. Like some of the people from One Piece, I think, looked a bit strange. Like going from the regular anime style to this kind of 3D style artwork. Some of them looked a bit odd, like their eyes weren't directly like proportioned correctly, or they looked a bit like kind of fake, like kind of just like slapped on like a sticker or something like that.
Look at this.
But oh wow, you just broke the game.
Oh my god. Night and
Secrets. Revealing secrets.
Unlocking secrets after the game is over.
if you wanted Easter eggs, this is the best one in this game.
You want to park your goat on a concrete slope? Do it. This is your
You
game.
can do it. Yeah, exactly. This is a choose your own adventure game.
You play how you want to play. Whee! Look at that.
You can park your goat, your frog, whatever you, any of your 3 choices of vehicle.
And we thought you couldn't get down without
Yeah.
ditching the boat.
Yeah. Look at us. How ignorant we once were.
Yeah, look at this. This goat has so many,
my God.
so much more mobility.
It's just it's like Tony Hawk. You're just ramping on anything in here. But
Yeah, including the ramps.
yeah.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think the overall the backgrounds look great. They look fantastic. The level of detail, the reflection in the water and the Times Square scene, and some of the other city scenes. It might be the Hong Kong one also. But yeah, it looks great. Much better than I was expecting. It looks so good that it caused like frame rate issues on some of the cutscenes. But in the normal fights, it looks totally fine and it runs smooth. And the characters are kind of a mixed bag. Some of them look phenomenal. The Naruto ones came across clean. Some of them look really crazy. Like the One Piece ones, like you were saying, their eyes just don't translate nearly as well to this style. So I don't know. The game might have been more well received if every anime retained their own style, even though it wouldn't have created this kind of harmony. Like you would have just had to sync them up through size as opposed to syncing them up through the graphic style in general. But maybe some people would have preferred it that way regardless. But in any case, yeah, some of the characters look great. Some of them definitely not. The customized feature for your character was pretty diverse. It was no
awesome, yeah.
Soul Calibur 6, to be fair. That is above and beyond. They give you anything you want to do.
It's borderline unnecessary, but
yeah, definitely some features are absolutely unnecessary. Like you guys can see our upcoming Soul Calibur 6 character creation if you want to check it out, because we dive into that like pretty hard, and some of the stuff that we came up with was like so over the top ridiculous. But yeah, back to this game, the character creation was pretty good. Not as many features as that, but that's totally fine.
Yeah.
What they give you is a lot to work with, and it was fun to have you create your own character and you have your character take center stage in the story. So yeah, that aspect was fun. The story we pretty much covered in depth. Like the setup was pretty good. Some of the story beats were good. The plot twist at the end with the director becoming evil was good, and then some things were pretty horrible. The bad guys not actually following any sort of logical path when it came to the absolute powers that they had. Just didn't make sense. They were so powerful they could have wiped out the team pretty easily. Just take over Goku. Goku can't lose. That's what it says in the script of Dragon Ball Z. So yeah, I mean there were a bunch of story pitfalls too. How Glover was Prometheus, that was awesome plot twist, but they foreshadowed it Zero, so that was weak. So, the story, not the strongest part of the game. The gameplay, really great. The gameplay is a lot of fun. Of course, it's a crossover game, so the most fun thing is to have, weird dream matches that you've never been able to have before, like Goku versus Luffy or Vegeta versus Naruto and strange stuff like that. And like it came off really well there, and especially in the story mode where your custom character can have any move from any character.
Yeah.
That's pretty sweet too.
Yeah, for sure. I enjoyed that. Like I did like the fact of bringing in the separate people, like the crossover game, and then you got to see all of their specials in this like really like high quality graphics kind of style, and you get like some really cool like quick cutscenes of their final attacks and everything like that. It looked fantastic. I mean, the one thing I didn't like about that was the Venoms also had these same attacks. Yeah. So it kind of became this thing of like, oh, I already saw that like well in advance, so it doesn't look as like awe-inspiring or as glorious to see like this world-ending blast when it came from like this scrub Venom, like that you saw like in stage 2. But,
yeah, exactly. When you finally see Kagura show up and she does this amazing like globe of darkness destruction.
Yeah.
Like, well, you've seen every little ninja Venom use it since chapter 3.
Right.
So it really took away some of the impact.
Right. But just having all these different people, like seeing the Kamehamehas and seeing like all of Naruto's moves, like with the nine-tailed fox come out to play, and seeing Slifer the Sky Dragon, like all of these things, and pretty well done, well rendered graphics. It's like where would you get to see that anywhere else? And that looked fantastic. That was like one of my more favorite parts of the game, was being able to play as all these different characters and then get to use all of those different moves in combat and see how they all like work, and like just having different people on the team to kind of play off each other's with assists and things like that. It just looks really cool on that front.
Yeah, the graphics were really good for the special move animations.
Mm-hmm.
Like, maybe that's one of the reasons they wanted to try and have this generalized art style. But although it didn't work as well for some of the characters, it was amazing for the animations for the special moves. And yeah, it's really fun to see some of those shine, even if sometimes it doesn't necessarily make sense. Like if you see a Super Saiyan Blue just crazy Final Flash from Vegeta, and like some random guy from Yu Yu Hakusho block it by doing this. That's a little like that doesn't work, but they have to sacrifice some things in the name of fighting game balance, obviously.
For sure.
But yeah, it's still awesome to see.
Yeah, I agree. That's where things kind of get weird. Is okay, you have like the Gokus and Vegetas of the different universes that get to take on like Gone Freaks or something like that, and I'm sure Gone Freaks is very powerful in his anime, but I don't think you're gonna be able to compete with a god tier like Saiyan. Like there's some weird power balancing having to happen.
Well, they want to make it a crossover, so anything that's more toned down, or even just a newer anime that eventually plans on getting up to those levels but isn't near there yet, is gonna kind of pale in comparison. Like especially My Hero Academia with Deku. Like, what is the guy gonna do? He wants to be a superhero, woo! But like his fighting style is so conventional compared to god tier characters like you're talking about, with magical powers and super infinite, almost infinite untapped potential.
Right.
Like, wow. This kid is just so out of his league. But they have to make it balanced.
Right.
So.
Right. Yeah, exactly. But no, I mean, that being said, with like all those things like taken into consideration, it's still a hell of a lot of fun to play. Like if you enjoyed any of these animes, I would definitely say like give it a shot, and like you can use your favorite characters and just get really good at them and just enjoy beating the crap out of like everyone on these different Shonen Jump universes, and using their specials to do it is just a heck of a lot of fun.
Yeah, the gameplay is definitely the biggest draw for the game. As we said, the fighting game community might tear them a new one if it's not ultra refined or not ultra balanced. And if that's so, then they've got a point. I mean, they know what they're talking about, analyze everything down to the frame. But in terms of a more casual approach, it's a hell of a lot of fun.
For sure.
A lot of characters, a lot of fan favorites all together to punch each other in the face just like you want. Create those fan fiction-y type fights.
Yeah.
Vegeta versus Sasuke versus Ichigo, or have them all three be on the same team.
Yeah, and then just beat up Goku, and then that's pretty much it's like whatever your little heart desires at that front, and you're gonna have a lot of fun while you do it. Yeah,
another point about this game that was probably a big con, if we're being honest here, was the load times.
I thought that was interesting that like pretty much every scene transition had required a load time that was, I don't know, maybe like 10 to 15 seconds long, like every time. And that was a bit strange.
Yeah. It wasn't like, some of it were like a minute.
Initially,
after having edited some of these videos, some of the between fights and cutscenes, sometimes even between a cutscene and another cutscene that didn't seem to have one, they added that 15-second break. Like, why? You're not even changing engines at this point. But yeah, the ones between the main story and the cutscenes were just, I mean, the story cutscenes and the gameplay were just brutal sometimes.
Right.
They were pretty long. So to be fair, if we're gonna give a open, honest point of view about this damn game, like that was definitely a con. We've seen much better cutscene transitions with shorter load times in other games we played, like Injustice 2, Marvel vs. Capcom. So yeah, the load times were brutal, man.
Yeah, it made it really interesting, especially like you said, the cutscene to cutscene. Like there was just a random loading screen in the middle there for a pretty long amount of time if you're going just cutscene to cutscene. And so I don't know why they had to throw that in there, but yeah, it just made it really strange to kind of get that flow just broken up by, I got to load for another like 20 seconds for no real like apparent reason.
Yeah, you can get used to it. It's not the end of the world,
Yeah.
but compared to other recent modern fighting games, it's worse.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Noticeably
Yeah,
worse.
for sure.
Oh, there's Cone. Oh, no way. That little stuffed animal thing
Yeah.
is like, it's a character in Bleach.
Oh, wow.
But very early on in Bleach, like seemingly like before they knew what direction they were going to take the full series, there was this character where like a little tiny pill that contains the soul of some criminal or something gets stuffed inside that toy, and then it animates the toy, and then he's alive as that toy, and he
okay.
becomes a character in the show for a while. Then he's forgotten because they go on to more important and relevant things, and I guess they weren't that interested in that sort of guy as a mascot anymore.
I guess so, yeah.
But that's sweet that he's here.
Huh. That
you-
little, yeah. That's really cool. They threw that little Easter egg in there.
Yeah.
I think that being said, that's gonna end Jump Force for now, anyway. But yeah, like we said, just let us know if you guys want to see more Jump Force in the future, like the free missions, extra missions, that kind of stuff. Or like if they do decide to pull out some more storylines for it, we'll be checking that out.
And until that point, if there are any other games that you want to see us play, please let us know. Drop a comment, let us know what you think, what you want to see, and chances are you'll see it, because we're open to requests. And people and Sneep, yep, we like to play games for you.
We'll see you guys in the next game.
Night and day and Leonard, night and day. He's our new friend. Watch our show, night and day, Leonard.